In this video, we'll be talking about Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator software, and we'll be pointing out some of the differences between these softwares to help us have a better understanding of how they work and what they can be used for. This would also help us answer the question, is one software better than the other? Well, we will find out at the end of this video. So firstly, what is Photoshop? Photoshop is a raster-based graphics editing program that is primarily used for image editing and photo manipulation. It allows you to work with graphics and images by applying various effects, adjustments, and enhancements. Photoshop is commonly used by photographers, digital artists, and designers to retouch and manipulate images, create digital art, and design graphics for web and print. It is ideal for tasks like retouching photos and designing social media graphics. On the other hand, Adobe Illustrator is a vector-based graphics editor used for creating and editing vector-based artwork. Take, for example, logos, icons, illustrations, typography, and other graphic works that need to be resized frequently. Like I said before, Illustrator is a vector-based editor. And now, what are vectors? Vectors are made up of points connected by lines and curves, which can be adjusted using anchor points and handles. Because of their mathematical nature, vectors are resolution independent, making them suitable for both print and digital design. They are good for creating graphics that need to be resized or even scaled to infinity without losing quality. On the other hand, Photoshop focuses on working with raster graphics, which are made up of tiny individual building blocks called pixels. Pixels are the smallest units that make up a digital image, and each pixel contains information about its color and brightness. When you edit an image in Photoshop, you are working at the pixel level and making changes to individual pixels or group of pixels. This allows you to retouch photos and perform various transformations. However, because raster graphics are made up of fixed number of pixels, resizing an image too much can lead to a loss of image quality, known as pixelation, where the individual pixels become visible and the image appears blurry. Color modes. Illustrator is commonly used for print design, and CMYK is the primary color mode for producing designs intended for physical printing. It is essential for achieving accurate color reproduction in print materials like brochures and posters. RGB. While Illustrator's primary focus is on print, it supports RGB color modes for digital projects. This versatility allows you to create designs for both print and web in a single application. On the other hand, Adobe Photoshop is primarily used for digital image editing, and its default color mode is RGB. This mode is essential for working with photographs and digital artwork intended for screens, like websites, social media, digital illustration, and so on. Photoshop also supports CMYK color mode, making it suitable for print design projects. However, it is important to note that Photoshop's CMYK handling is not as precise as Illustrator's, which is why many professional print designers prefer Illustrator for CMYK-based work. In summary, Illustrator excels in CMYK color modes, making it ideal for print design and maintaining color accuracy. Photoshop, on the other hand, is primarily an RGB-focused tool for digital image editing, but also supports CMYK color mode. Interface. Adobe Illustrator has plenty of tools, and these tools are more in-depth. Someone cannot directly start doing experiments with this, but Photoshop provides a simple, easy interface. It pushes a beginner to learn things easily and get instant results without actually going inside the depth of tools and functions. It is more organized and comes with a simple interface, but illustrators need someone to be intermediate in designing to get exposure to creating with it. Text is treated as a vector object. This means you can scale it up and down without losing quality. It has better performance and it's easier to customize text and paragraphs with the varieties of options available. While in Photoshop, you can still create visually appealing text, effects, and design, but the text may lose quality when scaled up because of the raster-based nature in Photoshop. In Illustrator, artboards are more flexible and versatile compared to Photoshop when it comes to resizing and rearranging them. In Illustrator, you can easily resize artboards by dragging their edges or by specifying the exact dimension in the artboard option panel. Artboards can be different sizes within the same document. On the other hand, in Photoshop, resizing artboards is less straightforward. You can change the canvas size, but this doesn't directly affect the artboard size, and it may require extra steps to adjust layers and content. The great thing about the Creative Cloud is that you can link both Photoshop and Illustrator together. Let's say you have an Illustrator file, then you save it and copy and paste it into Photoshop as a smart object. This means that any changes you make would update in Illustrator and same from Illustrator to Photoshop. Conclusion: as a designer, you can actually use both softwares depending on the kind of design you want to create. I hear most designers see that Illustrator is more complicated to use than Photoshop, but the truth is, the more time you spend in Adobe Illustrator and get familiar with the tools, you will find out that it's actually easy to find your way around it, making it scurries. So guys, I really hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so that others might get to see this. Thank you so much guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.